it's Two Girls, One Chalkboard, and we are back again with another video.
Today we're going to be talking about Life is Strange, or more specifically, the ending of Life is Strange and how we felt about it.
For anybody who can't figure out right away, we are going to have spoilers in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled for the ending, then we would click away right now. If you don't like spoilers, you don't want to watch.
Throughout Life is Strange, one of the main events that keeps coming that you try to circumvent is Chloe's death. Now, at the end of the game, you're given two choices. You can either choose to save Chloe and sacrifice Arcadia Bay, or sacrifice Arcadia Bay and lose Chloe. One of my main issues with the game was the constant changing tone, because I really loved the game for like the first two chapters. Like, I liked where it was going. It was like this weird sci-fi school drama thing. I found it just kind of dragged on. Like, I know that they said that they had like the foreshadowing that Mr. Jefferson was the bad guy or whatever. You don't get enough hints towards what's going on that it kind of just feels like they're like, ooh, boom, twist.
One thing I will mention is that was probably due to the sheer amount of choices that you could make and directions that you could bring the game. So they were trying to make it so that everything fit together no matter what choices you took. However, it just ended up making everything so you could tell it was a little bit of a struggle to keep everything pieced together and moving the way that it should have been. The romantic plot lines were there. They made them obvious, but they went absolutely nowhere.
It seemed pointless. It's like no matter what choice you made, you were made to think at the beginning that it was going to have a huge difference on what happened. But really, it's like, so what? You make all these choices and in the end, you're either going to save Arcadia Bay or save Chloe. For example, Victoria being kidnapped, whether or not you were nice to her so she believed you, or you were a bitch to her so she didn't believe you, she's getting kidnapped either way. It's like none of the choices you made any difference.
So the main part of the ending that was the biggest plot twist of the story was Mr. Jefferson actually being the bad guy. The way that they did the storyline and they set it up with Max going back in time and forward in time and all that stuff, like, I wish there had almost been 2 chapters for it, because it was just really, I just felt like a lot of detail was missed.
Can we talk about, like, air quote, Rachel's plot line, because she really didn't get anything? Because I was hoping to really like her and get attached to her.
Yeah.
They talk about her so great, but what do we know about her in the end?
Like, she was just really important to a lot of these characters' lives, and all of a sudden it was like, here's tiny bits of information, which I appreciated going through the story, but when it ends up that she's actually dead, and that's it. That's all they talk about her, really. They don't really give her anything other than that.
No characterization. She's just dead.
The acknowledgement of her death just seems to get skipped over by the rest of what's going on. I just wish they had introduced her death at a little bit of an earlier point.
The time travel that runs by its own rules that are never explained. Like the fact that the storm is because of this. Well, I didn't even realize it was that until suddenly they're like, in episode 5, they're like, oh, I'm causing this. How do you know? How do you actually know that it's you causing it and it's not just gonna happen? Why is it that you can't save Kate and her powers stop working then? There is no explanation given as to why it doesn't work then, but it keeps working all the time later. Even when she's drugged up, basically dead, she goes all the way back in time.
I can't remember, but did they actually explain why she obtained the powers in the first place?
No.
All in all, I found this game to be a great game when I was looking at it in a viewpoint that was not very judgmental or critical, and I enjoyed it as a game at that point. Like, when I first played it, it was great. I loved it, loved the characters, but when I started looking deeper into it and I started like replaying and rewatching some people play it, that's when I started finding all of the issues with the game, and I realized that it was actually, I was still unsatisfied.
It's an emotional ride. I enjoy the story. There is a lot of things that weren't not that they weren't done properly, that they could have been done better. No matter which choice you made, in the end, I found it anticlimactic. Save Arcadia Bay or whatever. Oh great, she's gone and you just get to watch yourself drive away. Great. I'm so glad that the multiple hours I put into the story all get me that as my reward. I'm so happy. Or you save Chloe and you don't even get a freaking kiss. Like, what the hell? You get 1 kiss. In episode 3.
You just wanted your lesbian action. That's all you wanted in this game.
I don't even like Chloe because, like, okay, I like her, but at the same time I don't, because she's a very real character, but I don't like her as a person at all.
Unpopular opinion.
It's like, oh my god, my friend is like clinically depressed and wants to kill herself, so maybe I'll answer the phone. Oh, you don't like that, bae? I'm sorry, I'll just let my friend go kill herself. So we hope you enjoyed this very rambly video of our thoughts on Life is Strange. I finally got around to finishing it, and we had to share our thoughts.
So if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. We'd love it if you joined our little tiny family.
Send this video to your local serial killer, who very well may be your teacher.
Okay, bye!
Bye.
Why would you want to sacrifice both Arcadia Bay and Chloe?
Maybe you have anger issues.
I didn't like anyone in this town.